Assalamualaikum and good morning, Dr. Mailani and distinguished members of your management team. On behalf of our advisory team, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation for your presence today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to discuss your financial planning needs and future aspirations. My name is Aisha and I will be serving as the lead advisor and chairperson for today's advisory session. Joining me are our specialists in zakat planning, tax planning, wealth protection through takaful, and wealth distribution through Islamic estate planning instruments. The purpose of today's session is to develop a comprehensive Islamic wealth management plan that supports both your personal and business objectives. As your business continues to grow, it becomes increasingly important to ensure that the wealth you have accumulated is managed responsibly, protected against risk, and distributed effectively in the future. Islamic wealth management is not limited to wealth creation alone. It encompasses the entire financial lifestyle, including wealth accumulation, wealth purification, wealth protection, and wealth distribution. Therefore, our discussion today will focus on how these elements can work together to strengthen your financial position while remaining fully compliant with Sharia principles. Before we present any recommendations, we would first like to understand your current financial situation, your business goals, and any concerns that you may have regarding your wealth management strategy. Dr. Malani, could you please share some background information about yourself and your business?
Thank you, Aisha. Good morning, everyone. My name is Datin Mailani, and I'm the founder and managing director of Barakah Food Manufacturing Sdn Bhd. I established this company approximately 10 years ago with the vision of producing high-quality halal frozen food products for Malaysian consumer. We start as a small family business, has now grown into medium-sized enterprise with more than 18 employees and distribution channels through Malaysia. Over 10 years, we have invested heavily in technology, production facilities, and quality assurance system. As a result, our product have gained strong acceptance in the market, allowing to achieve consistent growth. Currently, our revenue exceeds 8 million ringgit, with our annual profit is approximately 1.2 million ringgit. We are also exploring opportunities to expand into regional market within Southeast Asia. Although we are proud with our achievement, we are recognized that financial success having greater responsibilities. We want to ensure that our business operation and personal financial decision remain aligned with Islamic principles. This is why we are seeking professional advice regarding Islamic wealth management.
Thank you, Dr. Malani. Your entrepreneurial journey is truly inspiring and demonstrated the value of hard work, discipline, and strategic decision making. As businesses grow and wealth accumulates, many entrepreneurs begin to face more complex financial questions. These often include matters relating to zakat obligations, taxation, asset protection, succession planning, and the preservation of wealth for future generations. To better understand your needs, we would like to hear from the rest of your management team. Mrs. Safran, as the co-owner of the company, what are your primary concerns regarding the future of the business?
All right, thank you, Ms. Aisha. Firstly, my name is Zafan and I am the co-owner of Barakah Food Manufacturing Sdn Bhd. Over the years, I have been actively involved in the company's strategic planning and business development activities. I work closely with Datin Mailani in overseeing major business decisions and ensuring that the company continues to grow sustainably. Besides focusing on business performance, I am also deeply interested in ensuring that our company operates in accordance with Islamic values and ethical business practice. Plus, as our business expands, I believe it is important to establish a clear wealth management strategy that can support both our business and family objective. As one of the co-owners, of the company, my main concern is ensuring the long-term sustainability of the business. We have spent many years building this company, and naturally, we want to ensure that it continues to prosper in the future. While we have focused heavily in business growth, we realize that wealth management is equally important. And one part that concerns me is whether we are fulfilling our obligations as a Muslim-owned business. We have always supported charitable initiatives and community programs, but I am not entirely certain whether our approach to corporate zakat is sufficient. In addition, I would like to understand how Islamic financial planning can contribute to the overall sustainability for our business. We often hear about concepts such as takaful, hibah, and wasiat, but we are unsure how these instruments fit into a comprehensive wealth management strategy. Ultimately, my goal is to ensure that the wealth we have created is managed responsibly and continues to benefit both our family and society.
Thank you, Mr. Zafran. Your concerns are very relevant, particularly for successful entrepreneurs who wish to balance business growth with social responsibility and religious compliance. Financial success should not be only measured by profitability, but also by how effectively wealth is managed, protected, and utilized for the benefit of others. Ms. Shafiqah, as the Chief Financial Officer, could you share your perspective on the company's financial priorities?
Thank you. My name is Shafiqah, and I serve as the Chief Financial Officer of Barakah Food Manufacturing Sdn Bhd. My responsibilities include overseeing the company's financial reporting, budgeting, cash flow management, taxation matters, and investment planning. As the company continues to grow, ensuring financial sustainability has become increasingly important. Therefore, I am particularly interested in understanding how Islamic wealth management can complement our existing financial strategies while maintaining regulatory compliance. Certainly, from a financial management perspective, our company is currently in a stable position. We maintain healthy cash flow, strong sales performance, and consistent profitability. However, as our profits increase, so do our financial obligations. One of my primary concerns is ensuring that our company remains financially efficient while complying with all relevant regulations. Every year, we allocate a substantial amount of resources toward taxation, operational expenses, and future investment. Therefore, I am particularly interested in understanding how Islamic wealth management can support better financial planning. Specifically, I would like clarification regarding the relationship between zakat and taxation, as well as any strategies that can help us optimize our financial resources without compromising ethical standards. I also believe that proper wealth management should help business prepare for unexpected risks and future challenges.
Thank you, Ms. Shafika. Your perspective highlights an important aspect of wealth management, which is balancing profitability with long-term sustainability. Financial planning should not focus solely on increasing wealth, but also on preserving and protecting it. At this point, I would also like to hear from the next generation of leadership. Ms. Isabel, as a potential successor to business, what are your thoughts regarding the future of the company?
Thank you. My name is Isabel and I represent the next generation of family involved in the business. Although I am still developing my professional experience, I have gradually become involved in the company's operations and strategic planning activities. As someone who may eventually assume greater leadership responsibilities, I am eager to understand how Islamic wealth management can support the long-term continuity of both the family and the business. As a member of the next generation, I'm grateful for the opportunities created by my parents and the sacrifices they have made to build this business. However, I have observed that many successful family businesses face challenges during the transition of ownership from one generation to the next. In some cases, disagreements among family members can create conflicts that negatively affect both family relationship and business performance. Therefore, I would like to understand how Islamic estate planning tools such as hibah and wasiat can facilitate a smoother transition process. My objective is to ensure that future generations can continue developing the business without unnecessary disputes or uncertainty.
Thank you, Ms. Isabel. Succession planning is indeed one of the most critical issues faced by family-owned businesses. Without proper planning, even highly successful businesses can experience significant challenges during ownership transitions. Finally, we would like to hear from Ms. Anis Alwani in his role as legal advisor and family trustee.
Thank you. My name is Anis Alwani and I serve as the legal advisor and family trustee for the company. My role involves reviewing legal matters, corporate governance issues, contractual arrangement, and succession planning consideration. From my perspective, every financial decision should be supported by proper legal documentation and governance structure to ensure that the interests of all stakeholders are protected. From a legal perspective, my primary concern is ensuring that all financial decisions and wealth management strategies are properly documented and legally enforceable. Many entrepreneurs focus on wealth creation but overlook the importance of establishing clear legal structure to support their long-term objective. I am particularly interested in understanding how Islamic financial instruments such as takaful, hibah, and wasiat operate within the Malaysian legal framework. Additionally, I would like assuring that the recommendation provided today are both legally sound and Sharia compliant. Proper governance and documentation are essential for protecting the interests of stakeholders involved.
Thank you everyone for your valuable input. Based on our discussion, we have identified several key priorities. First, the company wishes to ensure proper compliance with corporate zakat obligations. Second, there is a need to improve financial efficiency through effective tax planning strategies. Third, the company seeks to protect its accumulated wealth and business assets from unforeseen risks. Fourth, there is a desire to establish a structured succession plan that facilitates the smooth transfer of wealth and business ownership to future generations. Finally, all proper strategies must remain consistent with both Malaysian regulations and Sharia principles. These priorities align perfectly with the objective of Islamic wealth management. Our advisory team will now present a comprehensive strategy that addresses each of these concerns in a systematic and integrated manner. To begin, I would like to invite our Zakat advisor, Ms. Kairina, to explain the role of Zakat in Islamic wealth management and how it applies to your business.
Thank you, Aisha. As mentioned earlier, zakat is one of the most important components of Islamic wealth management. It is not merely a financial obligation but also a mechanism for spiritual purification and social development. In Islam, wealth is considered a trust from Allah. Therefore, Muslims are encouraged to manage their wealth responsibly and ensure that a portion of it is distributed to those who are eligible. For businesses, zakat demonstrates accountability, transparency, and social responsibility. In Malaysia, business zakat is generally calculated at a rate of 2.5% on the eligible zakat base. Depending on the state authority, different calculation methods may be applied. The most common method is the adjusted working capital approach. This method takes into account current assets such as cash, inventory, and receivable while deducting eligible liabilities. Let us consider a simplified example using your company's financial position. Suppose your business has the following: cash 400,000 ringgit Malaysia, inventory 350,000 ringgit Malaysia, trade receivable 450,000 ringgit Malaysia. This gives total current assets of 1.2 million ringgit Malaysia. Applying assume current liabilities amount of 200,000 ringgit Malaysia. The adjusted working capital would therefore be 1 million ringgit Malaysia. Applying the zakat rate of 2.5%, the zakat payable would be 25,000 ringgit Malaysia. This amount is then distributed through authorized zakat institution to support eligible asnaf groups. The significance of this process extends beyond compliance. Through zakat, businesses contribute directly to poverty alleviation, educational support, healthcare assistance, and various community development programs. Many entrepreneurs focus primarily on wealth accumulation. However, Islamic wealth management emphasizes balance between wealth creation and wealth purification. When businesses consistently pay zakat, they promote economic circulation within society and reduce income inequality. In addition, zakat encourages ethical business conduct because companies become more conscious of how wealth is generated and utilized. Another important benefit is spiritual fulfillment. Business owners often find peace of mind knowing that they have fulfilled an important religious obligation while contributing positively to society. Therefore, our recommendation is that Barakah Food Manufacturing establish an annual zakat assessment process supported by qualified professionals and maintain proper records to ensure consistency and compliance.
Thank you for the explanation, Ms. Khairina. I now have a much clearer understanding of the role of business zakat. Previously, I view zakat mainly as a religious obligation, but today's discussion has helped me appreciate its broader impact on society and economic development. I am particularly interested in how zakat can contribute to improving the welfare of underprivileged communities. As business owners, we often focus on growth and profitability, but it is equally important to ensure that our success benefits those who are less fortunate. I also believe that fulfilling our zakat obligations consistently can strengthen our corporate image and demonstrate our commitment to ethical business practice.
Thank you, Ms. Khairina, for the insightful explanation, and thank you, Mrs. Zafran, for your feedback. As we can see, zakat plays an important role not only in fulfilling religious obligations, but also in promoting social responsibility and sustainable wealth management. While fulfilling zakat obligations is important, many business owners also seek to understand how zakat interacts with taxation. To explain this aspect further, I would like to invite our tax advisor, Ms. Anis Irdina.
Thank you, Aisha. Good morning, everyone. Tax planning is an essential component of financial management because it helps businesses allocate resources efficiently while remaining compliant with legal requirements. One common misconception among business owners is that zakat and taxation are completely separate obligations that create an excessive financial burden. However, in Malaysia, there are mechanisms that allow zakat payments to provide tax benefits under certain conditions. This creates an opportunity for Muslim-owned businesses to integrate religious obligation with effective financial planning. Tax planning should never involve tax evasion or unethical practices. Instead, it focuses on utilizing available incentive, deductions, and rebates that are legally recognized by the authorities. For example, when zakat is paid through authorized zakat institution, eligible taxpayers may receive tax relief or rebates in accordance with prevailing regulations. This means that fulfilling zakat obligation can also contribute to reducing the overall tax burden. As a result, companies can achieve both Sharia compliance and financial efficiency. Let us consider a practical example. Assume your company annual tax liability is 120,000. If the company pays 25,000 in eligible zakat through an authorized institution, the available tax benefit may reduce the amount of tax ultimately payable. Although the exact impact depends on current regulation and eligibility requirements, this illustrates how proper planning can create value for the business. More importantly, integrating zakat and tax planning allows business owners to align their financial decision with both religious principle and legal obligations. Another important aspect of tax planning is cash flow management. Many businesses encounter difficulties because tax obligations are treated as year-end surprise rather than planned expenditure. We recommend that your company allocate funds periodically throughout the year for both zakat and taxation. This approach improves budgeting accuracy and reduces financial pressure when payment deadlines arrive. In addition, maintaining proper accounting records and conducting regular financial review will enable management to make more informed decisions regarding investment, expansion projects, and operational expenditure. Effective tax planning should not be viewed solely as a method of reducing tax liabilities. Instead, it should be regarded as part of a broader financial strategy that promotes sustainability, compliance, and long-term growth. When combined with proper zakat management, tax planning becomes an important tool for strengthening the financial health of the company. Our recommendation is to conduct annual tax reviews and ensure that all eligible tax incentive and zakat-related benefits are fully utilized.
Thank you, Ms. Anis Irdina. The explanation regarding tax planning has been particularly valuable from a financial management perspective. As the person responsible for monitoring the company's financial performance, I'm always looking for ways to improve efficiency while maintaining compliance with regulatory requirements. What I found encouraging is that Islamic financial planning does not conflict with sound business management. Instead, it appears to complement many of the principles that we already apply in corporate finance, such as accountability, transparency, and long-term sustainability. I believe these recommendations can help us strengthen our financial planning framework moving forward.
Thank you, Ms. Anis Ibdina, and also Ms. Shafika, for your respondent about the understanding of taxation. Your explanation highlights the importance of integrating tax planning with overall wealth management. While generating and preserving wealth are important objectives, businesses must also protect themselves against unexpected risks that could threaten their financial stability. To discuss this area further, I would like to invite our wealth mitigation advisor, Ms. Hanisha.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha. So good morning, everyone. So one of the most overlooked aspects of wealth management in risk management, many entrepreneurs decide significant efforts towards building a successful business yet, but relatively little attention is given to protecting those achievements from unforeseen events. So unexpected risks such as accident, illness, natural disasters, or other operation distributions, the loss of key personnel can have a serious financial consequence. So this is where the takaful plays a very important role. So takaful is a Sharia complement risk sharing arrangement based on a mutual cooperation and assistance. So unlike conventional insurance, which is often criticized for containing elements of uncertainty and interest, takaful operations through the principles such as tabaru and wakalah. So principals contribute funds into a common pool, and assistance is provided to members who experience cover the loss. This creates a system based on solidarity and shared responsibility. For a grown-up business such as Barakah Food Manufacturer serves types of takaful protection may be beneficial. So the first is the key person takaful. Every organization depends on a certain individual whose knowledge, leadership, and decision-making ability are critical to the business operation. If a key executive become unable to work due to that or disability, the company may experience significant distribution. Key person takaful provides financial support that helps the business manage such a situation. The second category is business assets takaful. Your manufacturing facilities, machinery, inventories, and equipment present significant investment, right? So the unexpected events such as fires, flooding, thieves, or accident could result in a sustainable loss. So takaful protects help to ensure the company can recover and continue operation without severe financial hardship. So the third category is medical and employment takaful, providing healthcare protections demonstrate concern of the employee's welfare while helping the company attract the retained talented workers. So in a context of Islamic wealth management, takaful serve a wealth preservation tool. While zakat purifies wealth and tax planning ensures financial efficiency, takaful safeguards while against risks that could otherwise destroy years of hard work. So therefore, a recommendation is conduct a comprehensive risk assessment and implement sustainable takaful solution that aligns with the company operation. So needs and growth plan.
Thank you, Ms. Hanisha. I had not previously considered how the loss of key personnel could affect business continually. This recommendation gives us better understanding of the importance of risk management.
Thank you, Ms. Hanisha, and also Dr. Mailani, for your response. Your presentation emphasized the importance of protecting wealth once it has been accumulated. The final component of Islamic wealth management involves ensuring that wealth is distributed effectively and fairly to future generations. To discuss the topic, I would like to invite our wealth distribution advisor, Ms. Swita.
Thank you, Ansha. Good morning, everyone. The final stage of wealth management is wealth distribution. Many entrepreneurs spend decades building successful businesses, yet some fails to establish clear succession plans for the transfer of ownership and assets. As a result, disputes among heirs and arise potentially threatening both family harmonies and business continuity. Islam provides several instruments to facilitate proper estate planning, including hiba and wasiat. Let us begin with the hiba. So hiba refers to a voluntary transfer of ownership made during the lifetime of the owner. Unlike inheritance, which takes effect after the death, hiba allows assets to be transferred immediately to selected beneficiaries. For example, businesses owner may choose to transfer certain company shares to a child who is actively involved in managing the businesses. This provides clarity regarding ownership and reduces uncertainty in the future. Another important instrument is wasiat or Islamic will. A wasiat allows a Muslim to specify how to up to one third of his or her estate should be distributed after death, subject to Islam legal requirements. A proper prepared wasiat can help ensure that personal wishes are respected while facilitating smoother estate administration. It can also reduce confusion among family members and accelerate the distribution process. In addition to hiba and wasiat, business owners should also understand the role of faraid. Faraid is the Islamic system of inheritance distribution prescribed by the Sharia. Although faraid provides a clear framework for distributing assets, challenges may arise when business ownership is divided among multiple heirs with differing interests. Therefore, careful planning is necessary to prevent disruptions to business and operations. For your company, we recommend a structured succession plan to incorporate. First one is hiba for selected businesses, asset or shares. Second is a properly documented wasiat. The next one is periodic reviews of estate planning arrangements. And the last one is professional legal and Sharia consultation. By implementing these measures, the company can improve business continuity, minimize future disputes, and ensure that wealth is transferred according to Islamic principle.
Thank you, Ms. Sweta. As someone who may eventually assume greater responsibilities within the business, I found the discussion on succession planning extremely insightful. Many family businesses face difficulties when leadership transitions are not planned properly. In some cases, disagreements among family members can negatively affect both family relationships and business performance. The explanation regarding hiba and wasiat has shown me that succession planning should begin long before it becomes necessary. I am particularly encouraged by the idea that proper planning can provide clarity regarding ownership and responsibilities. This not only protects family harmony, but also helps ensure that the business remains stable and continues to grow in future generations. I believe these recommendations will be beneficial for our family's long-term interests.
Thank you, Ms. Rita and also Ms. Isaura. We have now completed the presentation of our comprehensive Islamic wealth management strategy. As we can see, effective wealth management extends far beyond wealth accumulation. It requires a balanced approach that includes wealth purification through zakat, financial efficiency through tax planning, protection through takaful, and succession planning through hibah and wasiat. At this stage, we would be pleased to address any questions or concerns that you may have regarding our recommendations. Thank you to all advisors for their detailed presentations. We understand that implementing a comprehensive Islamic wealth management strategy is a significant decision. Therefore, before proceeding further, we would be happy to address any concerns or questions from the client team. Please feel free to share any doubts or issues that require clarification.
Thank you. I understand the importance of zakat, but I still have one concern. Our company already contributes regularly to charitable activities, sponsorship programs, and also community development projects. We donate to orphanages, support local schools, and participate in various corporate social responsibility initiatives. Given the contributions, why is it still necessary for us to pay business zakat? Isn't zakat initially another form of charity?
Thank you for the question. This is a common misunderstanding among many business owners. While both zakat and charitable donation involve helping others, they are fundamentally different. Zakat is a compulsory religious obligation that must be fulfilled when specific conditions are met. The amount payable, eligibility requirements, and categories of recipients are clearly defined under Islamic law. In contrast, charitability, donation, or sadaqah are voluntary. Individuals may choose the amount, timing, and recipient according to their preferences. Another important distinction is that zakat can only be distributed to the 8 categories of asnaf specified in the Quran. These categories include the poor, the needy, those in debt, and other eligible recipients. Because zakat follows a structured system, it serves as a formal mechanism for wealth redistribution within society. Therefore, while your charitable contributions are commendable and highly encouraged, they do not replace the obligation to pay zakat. Both have their own unique roles within Islam.
Thank you, Ms. Karina. That explanation helps me understand the difference more clearly.
Thank you. Are there any other concerns from management team?
Yes, I have a concern regarding the management of zakat funds. I understand the benefits of zakat and the role it plays in Islamic wealth management. However, as the Chief Financial Officer, I am also responsible for ensuring that the company's financial contributions are managed responsibly and transparently. My concern is whether the current zakat payment system is sufficiently secure and trustworthy. How can we be confident that the funds are properly managed and distributed to the intended beneficiaries?
Thank you for raising an important governance concern, Ms. Sarah. Ms. Shafiqah. Perhaps you could explain the regulatory and accountability aspect of zakat management. Ms. Anis Idrina.
Thank you for the question. Transparency and accountability are indeed important considerations for any organization making financial contribution. In Malaysia, business zakat should be paid through authorized zakat institution that operate under the supervision of the relevant state religious authorities. This institution maintains structure, collection, and distribution systems, conduct audits, and zakat institutions regularly publish reports regarding the collections and distribution of zakat funds to eligible asnaf groups. Therefore, by making payments through authorized channels, businesses can have greater confidence that their contributions are managed responsibly and in accordance with both regulatory and Sharia requirement.
Thank you for the clarification. That explanation gives me greater confidence in the zakat management system and the importance of using authorized institutions for our payments.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Yes, my concern relates to hiba. Suppose my parents transfer business shares to a specific family member through hiba. What happens if other family members disagree with that division in the future? Could this lead to disputes or legal challenges?
This is precisely why proper estate planning is so important. When a hibah is executed correctly, ownership of the asset is legally transferred during the lifetime of the donor. Once the transfer is completed and accepted by the recipients, the asset generally becomes the legal property of their recipients. To minimize the responsibility of the future disputes, it is important to ensure that the hibah arrangement is properly documented and supported by professional legal advice. Clear documentation helps demonstrate the donor's intentions and provides evidence that the transfer was made voluntarily and in accordance with legal requirements. In many cases, disputes arise not because of the hibah itself, but because of the documentation is incomplete or unclear. For family businesses, hibah can particularly useful because it allows ownership transition to occur in a planned and structured manner. This helps preserve business continuity and reduces uncertainty among family members. Therefore, we strongly recommend seeking both legal and Sharia guidance when establishing any hibah arrangements.
Thank you, Ms. Sweta. I appreciate the explanation regarding succession planning. It is reassuring to know that there are structured Islamic instruments available to support a smoother transfer of ownership and responsibilities. This gives me greater confidence about the future continuity of our family businesses.
I have one final question throughout today's discussion. We have heard about zakat, takaful, hibah, and wasiat. How can we be confident that these financial solutions are fully Sharia compliant and free from prohibited elements?
Thank you. Actually, this is an excellent question. The foundation of the Islamic financial products is a lie in underlying contracts or akad. For example, takaful commonly operates using concepts such as tabarru or wakalah. Tabarru refers to a voluntary contribution made by participants for the purpose of mutual assistance. Wakalah refers to an agency arrangement where the operator manages the fund on the behalf of the participant from an aggregate fee. So these structures are designed to avoid elements prohibited in Islam such as riba, interest, kahar, executions in uncertainty, and maisir gambling. Furthermore, Islamic financial institutions are typically supervised by the Sharia commitments that review produce the operational to ensure the compliance. As a result, the client can have confidence that these solutions are developed in accordance with the Islamic principles.
Thank you. That addresses my concern.
Thank you for the thoughtful questions. The concerns raised today are important and demonstrate the commitment of your management team toward responsible financial decision making. If there are no further questions, we will proceed to our final recommendations and closing remarks. So, thank you everyone. Throughout today's discussion, we have explored several important aspects of Islamic wealth management, including zakat planning, tax planning, takaful protection, and estate planning through hibah and wasiat. We hope that the recommendations provided will assist Barakah Food Manufacturing in achieving its financial goals while remaining aligned with Islamic principles. Before we conclude, I would like to invite our clients to share their reflections on today's discussion.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha. On behalf of our management team, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to all members of the advisory team. Today's discussion has provided us the valuable insight into the importance of Islamic wealth management. We now have a clear understanding on how zakat, tax planning, takaful, and estate planning can work together as a part of comprehensive financial strategies. What I find most valuable is realization that wealth management is not simply about increasing profit, it's also about ensuring that wealth management responsibilities protect them from risk and distributes fairly from benefit of future generation. We believe that recommendation provide today will support both our business objective and our commitment to Islamic principle.
Another aspect that stood out to me today is the emphasis on balancing business success with social responsibility. The discussion has reinforced my belief that financial growth should not be measured solely by profits, but also by the positive impact we create within society. Moving forward, I would like our company to become more proactive in integrating Islamic values into our business operation and decision-making process.
From a financial perspective, today's discussion has provided practical strategies that can be incorporated into our annual planning process. I particularly appreciate the emphasis on budgeting for both zakat and taxation throughout the year rather than treating them as separate obligations. This approach can improve cash flow management and enable the company to make more informed investment decisions.
I'd like to share that today's session has highlighted the importance of preparing for the future rather than reacting to problems after they occur. The discussion has motivated me to become more involved in understanding both the business and the principles of Islamic wealth management. I hope that the future generations of our family will continue to uphold these values while developing the company further.
Thank you. From a legal and governance perspective, I am pleased that the proposed recommendation emphasize proper documentation, compliance, and transparency. These elements are essential in ensuring that financial decisions remain effective and legally enforceable. Overall, I believe that the proposed Islamic wealth management plan provides a strong foundation for the company's future growth and stability.
Thank you for your positive feedback. We are pleased that today's session has been beneficial. On behalf of the advisory team, we wish Barakah Food Manufacturing SDMBHD continue growth, prosperity, and success. May your business continue to generate value for your family, employers, customers, and the wider community. Thank you once again for your participation. This concludes our Islamic Wealth Management Advisory session. Have a pleasant day, everyone.